Do not forget these items in your preps. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. As you can see, I'm feeling better now. Got out of that crud. I don't know what it was. It may have been the big C. It was horrid. My whole family was down for like a week and a half. It sucked. Very, very bad. But here we are. We're still here. We're still kicking and feeling much better now. Whew, I tell you what, it was really rough though. I was in bed a lot, so my wife, but a lot of the time it was so bad that like we couldn't lay down, but we also couldn't sit, but we also didn't feel well enough to walk around. It was horrid. So what do I think that you shouldn't forget in your preps? Well, what we used to get through this. So let's talk about what we used. First off, family favorite. I've talked about it a lot on here. Actually, let me pause it for a second. I'll show you. I'm back. What am I talking about? Family favorite. Yes, you recognize that. Garlic in honey. What we do is we get, to make these, we usually just get the big bags of already peeled garlic at Costco. What I do is I fill, you can see about how much, I fill about up to here with cloves of garlic. And then what I do is I fill it all the way up, well, I leave about that much in the top, of local, natural, raw honey. And then you gotta burp it, you gotta pop the lid once a day, sometimes twice a day, for a couple weeks. And then what it does is it ferments. It's not alcoholic, it ferments though. The honey turns much more liquidy. The garlic cures, so it's not that boom in your face raw garlic taste or flavor or whatever strength. It is much more mild. And then what I do is, usually for just regular colds or anything like that, if I start feeling anything coming on, I'll take a big scoop of this, 4, 5, 6 cloves with the honey, and just eat it. And then I'm good to go. Well, this one was really bad, so that didn't do it by itself, but I guarantee it helped. What are some of the other things that we use? Let me talk about that, but first off, I wanted to mention 2 things that are kind of new. But before I do that, even, I want to remind you guys, if you guys enjoy the content, please subscribe, hit the like button, the little thumbs up, share the videos, comment, and the 2 new things I want to talk to you guys about. You see the little, like when you click on my channel, you see the little join. That's that membership thing. Trying that out. I'm going to try to figure out like the reward structure and stuff like that, the little icons, the little, you know, the cool little things you get for being a member. Also, every video now, okay, you guys have seen live streams. You guys have seen the super chat feature. There's now a super thanks feature. So below every video, there's a little heart that says thanks. And it's kind of like a super chat. You can click on that, click however much money you want to help out my channel, any other channel, and help us out, help us content creators out here to be able to do the things that we do. So if you feel so inclined, hit that and help us out. Or, like I said, help out other channels, whatever, if you feel so inclined. But anyway, let's get on with what else we did and what else I recommend you make sure you have in your preps. Lots of things like this. Garlic and honey. Because it only gets better with age. We have some of these that have been cured for 2 years. This is a more recent one. I just grabbed it because it was right inside the door, up on the counter. We have lots and lots of those jars. Okay, so what else do we use? I'm sure you've heard a lot of these things. And these are things I recommend you also stockpile. But first off, along with the garlic, you can do garlic powder. You can grow your own garlic. And one thing I really like to do is, you know, like green onions, the greens of onions, simple. Garlic, same thing. I go through, I have one patch that I trim all those, and then I dice them up, I dehydrate them in the oven, and I throw them in a mason jar in my pantry. I have another area where I'm growing them for cloves, to get the garlic cloves out of it. But the greens are just as good, just as healthy as the other as the garlic, and taste just as good. So I recommend doing that. All right, those things aside, what else? Zinc. Zinc is really good for the immune system. Along with that, and you can get it pill form, basically, is the simplest way to get zinc. Let me move the camera a little bit. All right, D3 also. D3 is really good for you. Really good for your immune system. Along with that, calcium and or some other method to get that zinc and that D3 into your cells. There are different carrier agents or whatever they call them that enable that to happen. Some of them you can get widely available over the shelf, some you can't. But anyway, what else did we use? We used acetaminophen for breaking fevers. That was very important. My 14-year-old had 105 and 106 temperature 2 different times, and that was scary. So yes, acetaminophen, stockpile that. Children's Tylenol, another thing. Little one, 5-year-old girl, had, oh thank you, speaking of 5-year-old girl, she gave me a green onion. Yeah, children's Tylenol. There are other homeopathic ways of doing it also, but these are some things you want to think about. And this is easy because it's easy to stockpile, it's easy to buy, and put in your medical preps. Along with that, what else we use? Oh, yeah. We took a cycle of Amoxicillin because we have Amoxicillin in our preps, as well as doxycycline, penicillin, and some other antibiotics, which are also very good to have in your preps. So I recommend that. You're like, oh, but I don't have a prescription for them. Okay, you don't have to have a prescription for them. Go to your local feed store, pet supply store. Some of them may or may not carry them. Some of them do though. Tractor Supply carries antibiotics, as well as other feed stores. And you can get them without a prescription, which is good. That'll put in you can put that in your medical preps. And depending on what state you're in, maybe this doesn't apply to everybody in every state. I don't know all the laws, all the regulations out there. I know that I can get them in my area. And I know a lot of people can get them in their areas. So that's a good thing. What else? Very important. Don't forget this one. Lots of water. Proper hydration. There's other things also I'll get to in a sec. I just remembered. But proper hydration. That's why in the preparedness world, I feel that water is an often overlooked prep because you turn on the faucet and it comes out of the faucet. So people don't think about it very much. But what happens if you turn on the faucet and nothing comes out? Thank you, baby girl. Not right now. It's very important to stockpile water and to drink lots of water on a regular basis. Keep yourself well hydrated, especially when you're sick. Hydration is key. Along with that, herbal teas, really good. Peppermint tea is really good. Chamomile tea, we had this like a throat coat herbal tea also was really good. My wife had more of the coughs and that part of it. The rest of us didn't really have that. I had a little bit of the cough, but she had a lot more of the cough. Also, we used the Zarabes, I think it's called, natural cough syrup. We tried several other different cough syrups. That one actually worked. Actually, speaking of that, let me pause this and I'll show you guys. Okay, so I grabbed it. Zarabes natural cough syrup worked very well for my wife. Cough syrup plus mucus with dark honey and ivy leaf extract to help clear mucus when coughing. Herbal blend with thyme and ivy leaf extract. Good stuff. It worked really well for her. That's why I'm showing you guys this and telling you guys about it. I just realized another way to use garlic right here. Garlic. It is 1,800 milligrams in 2 capsules. Organic, extra strength garlic. I mean, come on. Garlic, right? So usually I take, like 2 is the dose. I take like 4 of these a couple times a day. So that's another way to stockpile garlic. And that's easy to keep in your preps. I'll show you there. I don't remember where we got it. I think we ordered it online. Another thing also is elderberry. And this is just one example. Gummies aren't the best. We get elderberry syrup from a local supplier. That's usually our go-to. But this is just an example of elderberry. Elderberry, zinc, D3, calcium, garlic, all these kind of things. Good for you. Make sure you have them on hand. Make sure you're stockpiling them so that you can get through whatever's going on, come out the backside and feel as good as I do now. And back in good mood to talk to you guys and talk about a very important topic. So, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and blessings to you and yours.